Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Dune Awakening stream with your host, Lou. So, today, I've actually just pressed back. It might look like I'm really relaxed, but actually, completely the opposite. I literally just slapped the character down just to kind of intro the call, but yeah, we're rushing around, doing stuff at the moment. It looks quite empty down here at the moment, and yeah, let's just say we've moved some stuff around, and we've got an forward operations for refining stuff. I'll explain more when we get there, but it's all really to do with the fact that you need half the resources to do a lot of the stuff. I'm actually at a key point at the moment that allows you to level up with the resources I've got if I go to the deep desert. So that's essentially what I've done. But I've had to come back because I forgot to take something with me, else we would have started off in the deep desert. Unfortunately, I forgot something as usual, and I had to come back to my base to come and get it. I'm trying to remember actually what I'm after now, because literally running around. What was it I needed? Remind myself. So I'm trying to build something really specific. This. Okay, so everything I need for that, which is fine. Storage. This is what I needed. So I need industrial pumps. That's what I needed. Yeah. 24. Let's take all 24. How many do you need for just like building one? 25. That's fine because we only need half that amount. So hopefully we can build. We only need one of them. I don't know how many. Like half 25. That means you need a half, but it doesn't quite work like that. So I'm not sure if you need 23 or 22. It's probably 23. They'll probably up it rather than down it. Yeah. Okay. That's what I needed. That's what I've had to come back here for. Actually, there is another thing actually I've just thought of, and that is water. Because at the moment, I only have. We don't actually have any water at the moment out there. Well, other than what we can carry out there, which is kind of like why I want another water can, because I do have another water can here somewhere. Just can't remember where I put it. Probably upstairs, won't it? Typical. Yeah, scattergun today. I'm sorry, guys. I would love to be organised. I usually really am, but I really was. Like, I thought I was like perfectly aligned to have a good start today, and yeah, as usual, discovered I wasn't quite there. So we've got water here from this, and we've also got one on us, which is also full. Let's just make sure we're fully stocked up in the sense of our drink is drink. So we shouldn't be thirsty. We're going out there for these slides, so we should hopefully have everything now. Have a medium spice refinery. Still don't have enough, anywhere near enough to do a large spice refinery. But we do have enough of the medium. So that gives us a 25% boost in making spice melange. So rather than needing 1,000 for 10 units, we only now need 750 units, which is a significant drop. But our aim will be to get to that large spice refinery ASAP, because essentially once we get that, our efficiency doubles. So it's a no-brainer that we need to get to that as soon as we can. Once we do that, then everything else starts to relax a bit, because it's just 10 times easier once we get to that. God, this game, I can see why it's really not a PvP game properly. It's just like too much PvE that you have to do to even get near the PvP. you need all this to make the decent gear. And I want to show you a gun that I've bought a blueprint for, which again needs spice melange. Everything needs spice melange, and you need to use spice melange. You've got to make all these things, and to make all these things, you need to do it like half efficiency. Because yeah, by the time you start creating these top tier stuff to really make it, unless you can make money. And actually, so yesterday I did show you guys that I was selling stuff on the market, and we put those items to undercut the person who was selling the thematic cores for about 6,500 Solari, and we were selling them for 2,000. So I was selling them 3,000 below what you can get them from an NPC, and 4,000 almost. Well, it was over 4,000, 4,500 for undercutting that other person. And we literally sold them within like an hour. Like, it was all sold. I even went out and did another run and sold even more. So I got up to about 500,000 Solari. I have invested that money though, so we don't have 500,000 Solari at the moment. I have less than 100,000 because I went and got all the Atreides building pack and all that type of stuff. So that's kind of like cost us quite a bit of money to do that, but I'd see it as an investment. Then I'll have to build this. Cool. And then drop some water in it. Why I do that? Press the wrong buttons. Hold on, water. This will do it for now. I want it all in there because I want to take some of it back out, but put it in this one. Quickly. Oh, why did it go into that one? Annoying. Need to let out. You keep putting it in the decent one. That is annoying. Why would you keep putting it in the decent one? Probably because it's the decent one. Oh, also that one's almost dead. Okay. Okay, we'll put some in this. Won't take too much. I need most of it ready for. Put it on. Put this in the assault helicopter. I guess like one short. Actually, no, it won't be one shot because you've got that. We'll have to get some more of them industrial pumps. Because what we also need to build is I also need to build. Hopefully I have the stuff to do this because I didn't check. What did I need? Oh, spice melange. That's it. So we need to go out. We need to now go out and mine some of this effectively. We'll put one of these down probably, maybe two. Depending on actually, we'll need to put two of these down. It's just about where I put them. Not a huge amount of space. Probably put it in the middle. It still leave us spaced to land the ornithopter in the thing. We put it right directly in the middle, down the middle here. Yeah, that should give us enough space. Like, our base is fully open so everyone can see what we've got in here. However, we're in an area where we can't be attacked, or the base can't be attacked, even when the shield goes down. Which the shield does go down here, out here, but because we're in a PvE area, not PvP area, base can't actually be attacked. So it's still all safe where we've got it. Obviously, once we go into PvE areas or PvP areas, those areas are fully attackable. So let's just double check what we've got on us, because I want to make sure I don't take anything else I don't want to lose. I need to get spice for lunch, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up for a spice run. Take the water with us. Might drop a little bit of that water off. Doesn't really matter about this. All this stuff will come with us as such. Like if we die, we don't drop any of this stuff, so it's perfectly okay. It's like those we might, so I'll drop them. Oh yeah, we've got the big containers as well out here, because like they're so cheap to build out here, like half price. I was in the process of actually gonna start putting them in the base, but it was a no-brainer to use them here, because it's just the amount of storage they've got is obviously very good. I'm only dropping this off because if I do die, that hasn't got much help anyway. It eats up the health of everything you die with, so take that there. Okay, so we'll pick them up. We'll have to swap our gear around. I don't need any of this. We'll keep the sword just in case. Don't know why. Why have I even got that? I don't even know why I've got that. That's something that's clearly picked up at some stage. We'll drop that. Don't want it. I can't be bothered shredding it. But I'm not going to take it back to shred it. Not here. Nothing rare that I've dropped from it, I don't think. I'm going to put these here. I've got my what I call crappy stuff. Stuff I'm happy to lose. Well, not happy to lose, but okay losing it. I lost it. But like I said, we won't drop it, so we're technically not going to lose it, but we are potentially could get it damaged. This is the thing we're most concerned with. So if we do get into any trouble, the best thing to do is to literally zap it, which will then allow us to die with it, and deprives them of a kill, essentially. That's what they're really interested in, the kill. And the only other thing I will do is I found that personally, just making sure, did I actually mean to drop it? Yes, I did for that. The only other thing I do want to do, and this is something I do, because I'm really not bothered if I die out there, don't die too fast, is I found the shield and this comes on when I don't want it to. And I'm just wondering whether I should, because it's got like extreme worm attraction, and that kind of actually I'll tell you what, we'll keep it on us, because then if we do get into any trouble we can just switch it in. And we can use it if we need to use it. That's probably a better idea rather than not carry it over. How is our fuel? Fuel's 40%, so we'll fill up, even though we don't tend to use it that much. Or at least I don't in the way I play it. then. Okay, we'll go out. Deserts. So what we'll see is these little islands will have plenty of players on, or player bases on, especially this kind of row as we're going past now, and the next row. The ones that as you go further out you see less and less, and when you get in the PvP zone, only generally guilds or the odd outpost. Obviously most people don't put them out there because, well, they can be attacked, so most people don't want their stuff attacked and their base attacked. So, and last week there was like loads of bases on this particular island. This week it looks like not. They're already out in the PvP area. Make sure I'm heading north because else we'll bump into the wall, which is something I tend to do a lot out here. I keep getting to look at the. I'm more concentrated on making sure I stay at the height that I want to stay at. My technique for flying out in the deep desert is to fly most of the time. Well, you can see the line at the moment between the two shoulders of the ornithopter, as I call it. And then essentially when I get down to about 20, I come back down, I aim for a speed of 72, and then go back up to the shoulders again. What I'm essentially doing at the moment is I'm trying to get my altitude up to around over 700,000 meters. Oh, it's not 7,000, 700 meters. Because what I want to do there is when I'm at 700 meters, and over 700 meters, I will then be able to stick at 172 kilometers an hour. And what that then allows me to do is to essentially be in a safe zone, because you're very unlikely to get attacked at that altitude, because you have to use a lot of fuel to be able to attack a player at that altitude. So it keeps you in a very safe zone when you're travelling. At the moment, I'm not concentrating enough because I keep dropping below the speed. If you don't actually drop at the speed I'm about to now, just around 20, you actually have to use too much. You lose too much altitude in order to get back up to the speed. So the whole idea is that you do this, but you need to make sure you keep your speed above 120 ideally, because as soon as you go too low below that, you end up using too much altitude in order to be able to still climb. And the technique I'm using now, especially with the MK5 wings, allows you easily to gain altitude without losing too much speed. And I slightly overcooked that. Which means we're going to lose a bit more altitude than I'd want to, but it's okay. I still didn't do too much, so still be climbing. See where we are on the map. So I'm aiming for here. This is usually where I do my metal farming. But from what I've read, our actual spice fields are just beyond that as well. So in the next square above that, there should be some spice. Now, while the metal fields aren't heavily contested, from what I understand, the spice ones are. Now, I've not encountered much interaction to fight for the spice. Now, it could be just pure luck, which it probably is, but it could also be that this server is not quite as intense as some other servers. I just want to get up to about 172. Maybe actually too much altitude to do that, so we'll just gain it again. The next time we come back down, we should be able to get the speed and our altitude at the right thing as well. So now this is where I hover around here. So you're aiming for around here, just between a kind of little triangle, bottom of the triangle. I just aim just above the triangle. It keeps your speed up at the right thing, so 172, and our altitude only slowly drops. So basically you can stay at this for quite a long time. We're now like at our optimum travel height and everything else that we want to do. So from what I understand, spice should be around here in this square somewhere. Don't know where, but could be. What is it? Actually, I'd say it's quite a lot further ahead actually. I was looking at a map today that's published online, and it suggested where we were mining in a high concentrated area. Well, I was at least, for my metal stuff, which I felt it was, but this may suggest it's not. See, keep an eye out for some spice fields. So there's a large spice thing over there. It would be right. Okay, so we must be in the right thing. I'm not looking for large because, well, large attracts large groups. I just want like a medium spice field. I'm pretty happy with the medium one. So we're in there. So there should be medium ones actually where we are now, I think, according to my information. Holding pattern for climbing height. I'm actually, while we're turning, I am actually trying to keep an eye out for potential spice field. Fortunately, I don't really want to just hold in the air because we'll lose all the speed and everything when we do that, and as well as height and use fuel. I need to keep the fuel in case we do encounter something that requires us to hover or something. I've got a feeling the medium one is going to be maybe to either the right or left of it. Like I can't see it to the right as we were coming out. So I'm thinking maybe it's to the left. And the first time I was trying to spot these, I wasn't too sure whether you could actually see it from this high up, but you can. Like, you can see it from like at the highest level. It does look really, really powerful. I was, at first, I was like, because I was going around everywhere and I couldn't see any spiced, not even obviously at the big ones. And the big ones obviously stay static in the same way as the medium ones do, but I just couldn't work out like whether or not it was because I was too high, and I went really low and still couldn't see it. But then I went really high and I was just scanning around, carrying on, and I did come across one which I could see it like at a very high level. You need to stay above the wall. I did say I hit walls quite often. You can never tell when you hit. Like because I'm usually tend to be towards the edges anyway. Actually, we've got a nice height now, which we've not had to burn too much fuel for. That's wrong, so I think we actually need to go like up here. Remember, we're 700 meters up, so even if it says 2,000 away, even when we're over it, we're going to be like 600 meters away at the moment, based on our altitude. So not 0 to the 0; it's also including height in this. Medium one, the medium spice fields have got to be around here somewhere. And the thing is, it could have been farmed as well, which it probably has. So we could quite easily go over it and not even realise it's there. And also something I didn't realise as well, I was always under the impression that you didn't take any damage from the wings just from flying like this, but you do. As you can see, the wings have turned orange, and we've barely used the actual, the hover feature where the wings are actually flapping, and that's because it kind of makes sense. Yeah, you do take damage from clearly friction, so yeah, even when we're doing this over the distance, why you don't notice it in Haggard's Rift, and whether or not there is actually any damage at all from it there, or whether it's just that little, and it's hard to really tell because you obviously hover a lot more there, so you just assume it's from that. But yeah, here I barely ever use it, and I've noticed that the wings still turn orange. So yeah, that was something new to learn. So we're just headed out of the area we want to stay in. So this is the square we're in now is H9, and we want to be in H8, which is the one next door. And we can obviously see the large one. I can't see where the medium one is, but the fact that we can't see it means that it's probably mine. So I might head. I don't really want to go east into the PvP East, because the PvP East last week was very big guild area. I'd imagine those big guilds go back to the same spot each time, and if that's the case, I don't really want to bump into them because I don't know how hostile they are, and they will probably be very protective of their spice fields and stuff that's around them. So I'm thinking, if we can't get anything here, we can go to the PvE areas. And while the spice there is only small, in the same as what you get in Haggar's Rift, the main advantage we'll have there is the fact that firstly we can't be attacked because we're going to be in the PvE area, but secondly we still will get the benefits of being in a deep desert, because the worms in Haggar's Rift are very sensitive, the nicest way of putting it. They will aggro very easily, where out in the deep desert, even in the PvE areas, the aggro is a lot different, so it's a lot less. So you can do things and get away with things a lot differently out in the deep desert that you just cannot do. So I'm thinking now that we head over to where I'm aware there are some places we can go and get some stuff. And these are in the Dune areas. So what I might do is might head back to the base first, just to repair the wings because they're looking very orange already. And then what we'll do is we'll head over to the PvE area, where we hopefully might be able to see some small spice fields and get some stuff from there. So yeah, but this is the fun of the deep desert. It's a lot. You hear a lot of people, or I see a lot of people generally. I don't know if you want to say moaning or talking or however you want to put it, but a lot of people mentioning that they spend ages just literally flying around like we're doing right now, trying to find spice fields or trying to find stuff, because this is a massively expansive area, and you can never tell whether when you go out whether you're going to go out and get a spice field because someone might have already mined it, or whether you're going to go out and get attacked if you're out in the PvP areas like we are right now. Like, I'm really not too fussed. I've got plenty of, or enough spares to ride back on, so we don't need to make any more on. I've got physics, etc. Like, I've got all the resources to easily put that into production, and it wouldn't take me very long. But yeah, it's just the inconvenience of being attacked, I guess, than anything. And everyone else, obviously, someone else gets the kill, and at the moment, that's great to them, not great to us if we want to be the killers. But the plan I've got in the medium to long term will be that I want to start offering a service to PvE more based guilds and players. So those that don't really want to engage in the PvP but are being attacked by gankers, and I want to be a kind of anti-ganker, because that's going to give us content, easily give us content. Like, if we're out there protecting people who are getting ganked, we're going to get the PvP we're after. So this is the fun I've got at the moment. Rather than being a ganker, I want to anti-gank. Because the thing is with ganking, is like, it can be fun in some games, but in this game, it's just going to be quite, I can see, quite boring. But I've seen some epic battles that have happened from where people are just trying, their best to get on with like the PvE side of things. And I'm thinking, well, the best content that we might be able to get might be from being on the side of the PvE, but rather than being prepared for PvE, we're prepared for PvP. It's being a kind of anti anti-ganker, as I prefer to it as. We're losing far too much speed, like, which means we're losing far too much height at the moment to regain some. I don't know if the wind's against us. Like, if the wind's actually against us, we should get more uplift, but yeah, just sometimes it feels better when you go in one direction, you usually get to do what you want to do, and then the other direction, you seem to get like less. So we're losing so much downforce very fast. Yeah, we're doing exactly what we did before. Just losing the speed a bit too fast. Maybe I'm being too aggressive. One thing I found with this is, like, the more aggressive you are, the more it's kind of like you have to be like either over aggressive or just treat it nice and kind of steady like this. Like, the more smooth you are with it, the better it is. Watch the eagles, the real eagles, and how they fly. It's so smooth up, like dipward action. Obviously they get updrafts and stuff like that. I don't think this game's that complex to give you updrafts and stuff, but maybe they might do in the future. I might put it down as a suggestion. They're looking for player feedback, so if you want to give them feedback, give them feedback. My feedback would be, yeah, if you want to make the game a little bit more interesting, think about introducing updrafts and stuff. And updrafts are based off like heat and stuff like that, so you could really go to town on that if you really want to do. Like, it would be a novel concept. Not sure how well it would integrate with the game, but make things interesting. Yeah, I'm just like keeping the speed at the moment. Actually, I'm not. It's just because it's a bit too high. Just gain a bit more HP instead. Finding I'm not getting the height I want easily at the moment, this direction. I'll tell you what, I've just noticed myself, but I'm not keeping an eye out on that speed. It shows you had like there's fine margins in this, being able to do it properly. Is just knowing the fine margins. Like I said, it's 120 is what you're aiming for, so you don't really want to drop below that. So as soon as you drop below that, you lose the efficiency. You can stay above that, you keep maximum efficiency. That time we did drop below it, and we've got way better. We've got upped the speed faster, and now we've got the better acceleration of the height as well that we're getting out of it. It's so tricky to duck down enough, because obviously it doesn't duck down and respond straight away, and we don't want to jerk it. It's got to be nice smooth action. So maybe just aim for the base now, because it's going to lose altitude anyway. Yeah, gotta speed up. The faster you're going anyway, the better you keep your elevated height. The base. Space Melange. Air. Alright, I want to cop this dancing. Dancing on its toes. It does that sometimes. If you land it in weird places, it'll do what it's doing now. Oh my god. Not like to be repaired from fun. Kind of like the wings. So these MK5 wings I built because, well, they give you faster glide speed, and as I glide everywhere, it just made sense. The MK6 ones require Spice Melange, so obviously I'm not going to waste Spice Melange on it yet until we get more better efficiency up. Well, effectively we need a big spice thing before we consider start making stuff. I might keep the gun on with us. Actually, the gun's almost dead. Only thing with these guns is when you're at the low levels and you're doing like small things, these guns seem to last forever, and so does like the welding wire. However, as soon as you get to like ornithopters and stuff, they really do eat it up when you've got significant damage and that to repair. It should be good now. It's as good as it's going to get. And as I've not opened the map yet, I'm not too sure where D3 will be. There, isn't it? Maintain. It's not too bad. Gaining speed. I'm not losing too much altitude, that's good. Map. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2. It'll be about there-ish. Estimates. Because I haven't opened the map, so I can't see all the squares. However, that should be around. It'll either be D3. Or it could be D4. Yeah, it's going to be within four. If it's going to be within four blocks, you're going to hit one of 4 blocks where I've put it. I'm hoping I've got it more close to where I think it is. Like, I don't mind going 1 over too much, but if we get 1 too short, then we won't see a small one. You don't need a huge amount of spice melange. You do need at least 750 though, because it's the minimum amount that we actually need to have in order to put 1 process in. That's the only disadvantage. So when you're doing it like the small amount with the small one, you can put it in every 100. But as soon as you get to the medium and large ones, there's minimum amounts that you have to put in order to be able to even start one process. And the minimum amount for the one we're on at the moment is probably the worst, because it's 750, where when you've got the large one it's 500. I think it is anyway. I might be wrong, could be higher, but it would make sense that because you get, yeah, I think like double, that it would actually, or it could be even 1,000 actually. Yeah, actually maybe it's 1,000. You might need a minimum of 1,000 units to be able to process it, but it would give you 20 back. My sunset up for the night. What you'll probably find is the player bases will follow around where the small spice things are. And as the small spice things are over this side this week, I'm not sure where they were last week, but they might have been over the other side, which is why they were all over the other side. This time they're not. They've just gone into the PvP area. Apparently. I must be slightly further than I thought I was. Either that or we went over something that was PvP. Of course this we're over the area, so we should maybe see a possible tiny. Yeah. Just keep going west because it could be somewhere along here. So we are. So this is A. That'll be about C. And if we were like possibility we went over something that was like a shipwreck or something that might have changed our zone. It would be good if it actually told you what to do. Entering area, hidden sector. Great. For a deep purple colour. It could be like on the back of a Dune as well, so that's like someone's balanced something literally on the corner of rock. And the void. Yeah, definitely like a lot of bases over this side, and last time there wasn't. So I'm guessing it must be in a rough area, right area. And these probably like go up, and you'll probably be quite a few players coming out as soon as like one of the, I don't know what they call them, the spice clouds appear, spice mushrooms, when they spout. Probably just see tons of ornithopters heading towards it, especially the PvE areas, because no one can attack anyone. Well, there's some spice down there. I see some space. Do we see anyone? That is small. I've not actually done a small field. Oh, in PvP. What? How does it change when you go low? What are we? We're in the border, that's probably why it's being off the side. I don't think it's wise to go towards even a small one when we're right next to where a load of people potentially are. I don't mind being out in the proper PvP areas where most people are scared to go out, unless they're in groups, because yeah, you can get like a spice field out there and no one will bother you because there's just like no one out there. But when you're right on top of a PvE area and you go into the PvP area, that's more, for me, scarier than it is being out in a proper PvE area in the middle of nowhere. No safety to run to. We'll mark that though, just in case you do want to come back to it. We're adding more, which we shouldn't be adding. Doesn't take us. Ooh, we're on the edge.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Alright, so we definitely need to be out of the storm before then. What I'm going to do is, rather than head back to the base, I'm going to go to one of the NPC dungeons and we can go run and do a thematic cooler run and get some more thematic coolers to sell. I can't get my spice. I'll get something to make some money. We'll get something out of this today. Go on. Definitely not one of those games where you're going to rip through it and build and get everything in one day.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
5 minutes. Sector 1, sector 2, let's go to that. We see some spice on the way, we'll go for it. I've just got a feeling we're not going to see any. I've got a feeling like... pretty sure that where we were was in a PvE area, like I really am pretty sure about that, but we'll confirm that now because we'll be able to see the squares as we start to open all this up, which is kind of what I'm trying to do. Now, going here, it's going to kill two things with one stone because we'll be able to see exactly how many squares out we were and whether we were in these squares, because they should be PvE zones. So it might be that just when you go down to the ground, regardless of where you are, you might hit PvP when you get to a spice field, that is. Still learning some of the game mechanics, which yeah, baffle me sometimes, but generally they're good. These dooms as well, like they are huge. Like they don't look much when you're as high as we are, but these dooms, some of them, like especially when you go into the, like later, even further out in the desert, I'm sure they get bigger because you can be at the bottom of a dune and the things are like mountains. Honestly, they're huge. Like these, yeah, some of these look big. Like if you're in the valley of them. Not seen any more spice. One of the other things with having the MK5 wings as well is they've got more HP, so it means that they don't go in orange as fast. I was finding when I had the MK4 wings out here, they were literally going orange with help coming back. But these ones are way more robust, more harder wearing, as well as having more HP. A bit like when you have the higher tier materials for building. Once you have the non-granite stone, you find that that's good out here, and while it will take damage, it just doesn't take as much damage. Quite lost too much height control. That's it. That's it. That means we'll have one more. Do you see the nice moonwalk there? Oh, I've just realised actually, we don't even have a gun. I suppose we don't really need a gun, we need a sword. Especially if there's nothing here. Like it's probably like it was yesterday. It's already been cleared out, there will be nothing that is down here. I've said that, probably will be, but we'll see. There's all the buttons outside though. Like they could be dead. I've not just been able to get back, but I'd hope not. But they have been killing people. All the resources. Hopefully they don't keep like spawning when we're down here, in the sense of like we go back and there's like a ton of them that spawn right on top of us. It seems to happen to me quite a lot in Haggard Rift. Less out here, because they don't do obviously these that often. Not as often as they should do, considering how much money I can make from just getting the reselling these things. thermal coolers, money makers. Actually, that's where I would go. Hear us using our water. Not that you get much water from it. Like 125 mil. Yeah, it's not much. But it's a sip. If we're not taking from ourselves. Ooh, there's a chest there. Leave this place. And there should be a chest there as well. Oh, they've moved. They might have moved that around a bit. Or that, I'm thinking about a different place. It's like that one. There could be an enemy down here though, because I don't think everyone will. Oh no, this is looking emptied as well. You can tell because that chest there is open. Which means someone's already opened it freshly. It might be a little bit small. The light arrows or darts. Nope. It should be some. It'll normally be someone stood here. So when you come around that corner, if you just look here, you'll see the back of someone's head. If you do, then you know the house has been cleared. How's our run doing so far? We've got 15. It's not bad. That gives us 30. If we sell it at our current rate, which I'm going to do at its current rate because they sell fat nice and fast at that speed, I'm quite happy taking that. Okay, this belly is not any effort other than wasting a bit of time doing it. And I would like to say it's not wasting time, but it's like it's very helpful. This would be quite a lot harder if these spawned with just sword. Ooh. That's a shelter, an MK5 shelter. They are pretty cool. I already do have one of those blueprints. I haven't made it. I haven't made it because I'm just like, I love the idea of it, but it just takes up one slot, and it's like, will I actually ever really need it? Like, I suppose you could, especially during storms here, you could obviously get in it, get your helicopter and fly in it. Oh, not fly in it, but get in it. All the boxes. Looks like I've left a box. Did I open that one? No, I didn't. Did leave things on the table, James. We want all the loot. Oh, I want the thematic colours. That'll probably my best. Like, blueprints are bonuses. Especially if we can get another blueprint for the sandblaster. Because while we have obviously got one, and we can repair it because we have the original blueprint, we don't have a spare one, and obviously the more we have, because obviously they're going to get degraded, and the one I've already got is I think 70%, well, it's got 70% left of its health. Obviously we can repair it, but it only repairs back so much, so yeah, effectively we need plenty more of those blueprints. So the more we do this run, actually does benefit us from that. And it's not just the money in the scenario that's personally at the moment. So do the other. I didn't see him the whole time we were there. So he must have literally, as we went down one of those things, he must have been in the main room or something and just missed each other. Our next one is just on the right. And as you're flying east, You'll see it, that little gap. If you when we turn there now, you see that little gap in the rock over there. That's where our other testing station is. Oh yeah, you know what, one thing I totally forgot to do when we did this. Totally forgot to put all this back on. Would help. If we did run into anything, that is. We do hit hard down here, so any mitigation is good. Especially considering we're wearing a still suit and not heavy armour. See our first person, this hasn't been cleared out, just down here. Like it has been cleared out though, so we're looking good at the moment. Although it couldn't have been that long ago because the chests closed. It shows it's been long enough for the boxes to reset, but not the NPCs. You'll not be surprised if they spawn around us. Especially with my luck. This is usually where I don't get lost, but I just find I always come the wrong way, or go the wrong way to start with. I've got far too many heavy things, I don't know, you can one day, well, just have it. I think that's what I did yesterday. Totally forgot this room was here. Too eager to get to the next area. Although there's no chromatic tool on there to simulate it. This box, those tall ones, there's no chromatic tools, but those smaller ones there is. And directly opposite this is another little area. This is the final area, and then we can go up. Also looks empty. I think my one suggestion to the devs would be to make these spawn more faster. Then we've got another Night Rider kit. I didn't get the blueprint I'm more after, but that's to be expected. Like I said, it took me 5 runs, and I mean like 5 actual separate cycle runs, going through all of what we're about to go through now to get the blueprint. And you only get the blueprints for the Sandblaster in here and the other place you're in, you won't get them from any other place. So you have to just basically keep hitting these every 45 minutes or 40 minutes, however long it takes to reset. Pretty sure it's 40 minutes. Thereabouts. I've just done it again. I know. I just almost. I think I switch off when I come out and think, yep, this is the way. Not thinking it's not that way, the other way. I don't think I've come out of here once the right way. I always do that exact move. How many have you got now? 52. So that's 100. About 104 Solari, 100,000 Solari we'll get from that. So if we did this run 10 times, that would give us 1,000, which would give us 1 million Solari at the current going rate. And they, like I said, they literally fly off the shelves like hotcakes, these things. These are my hotcakes. Just I don't have to make them. I just need to go collect them. Is that sandstorm gone past? The main reason I came here because I just thought, oh well, we can always go and do something while the sandstorm goes past, which hopefully it has. This map is like so big and you can't zoom out anymore. You can zoom in, but you can only zoom out so far. It's just not seeing much. I think you're going to see so much wide is because I have ultra like wide screen like monitors like that. Yeah. One thing I didn't realise as well is the going to sell them. One thing I didn't also realise is when you're actually selling stuff in the trader as well, market, you actually have to collect your money. So you don't just it doesn't automatically just go into your account. You actually have to collect it as if you're going to take it back, which is kind of weird. Like I've never seen a game mechanical like that. In even Funcom games, I've never seen that. So that's pretty weird, but it is what it is. So yeah, if you're selling stuff and you wonder why you never seem to be like getting the money, you just need to go into your sold items, into your sell items, and you'll see things that will have sold on it. And sold, you just think, well, the money will be in your account, but it isn't. You actually have to claim it, and until you take it, you don't actually take the money, because it looks like it kind of gives you an impression, or at least gave me the impression, that you're actually wanting to take it back. And obviously, if you sold it, you can't take it back. But yeah, what you're essentially doing is you're taking the money. Not kind of really the best way of doing it with Funcom, if I'm honest, but oh well. Now we all know it works like that, fair enough, but yeah, that's definitely an improvement I think that could be made. Maybe there's the reason behind that mechanic from a kind of development point of view, how they get it to work in the back engineering of the game, but other than that, it's a dumb way of it working. Maybe they could, like, they found an exploit if they didn't do it the way they did it, so they did it like this just to avoid an exploit. But yeah, it's not a great user experience, if I'm honest. But everything forces you to come back to Harker village or one of the other villages, so maybe that's why they awarded them it. Like, there could be a few reasons why they've done that. I've got a feeling more it's an exploit they're trying to cover. This tends to be why some games do things a bit finicky like that. You could also sell this for 5 Solari. Yeah, just 5 Solari to an NPC. He would kindly take it off you. Definitely do not do that. These things are worth way more to players. So, our guy who's selling them for 6,000, is he still selling them? Yes, he's not sold that many though. It must be wondering why he's not selling very many. I come along and well undercut them and they're literally gone like hot cakes, literally hot cakes. They just literally go straight away. I did put some of these up for sale as well. We haven't sold them by the looks of it. I think they're still being sold. Actually, are they being sold? My orders. Actually, yes, nothing's actually in my orders. So my orders as well will be. I've got a couple of active ones. 1 day, 15 hours. Yeah, I don't think either of these will sell. Like, I think this is an iron product, is it? If it's iron, no one's gonna want to buy it. Yesterday, I actually took a load of stuff that I tried to sell, but it's like if you were selling it in the first week of the game, people would have bought it. But now everyone's like near the end game, like no one's gonna want what is considerably so much poorer in comparison to like the second tier to comparison to like 5th tier stuff, which you can easily get 5th tier stuff at this point in the game for like even worse PvE player will have better stuff than tier 2. So those stats suggest to me that this is iron. Though I can't tell because they didn't actually say it's iron, but I've just got a feeling it is. It's sandflies, but the armor value is 375, which is not bad. But it's heavy armor, so I don't think it's that good. This one's it's actually got quite good stats for a hand pistol, but again, I just don't think it's. Like it's only been. I'm only selling for 1,500 as well. Now these things. Oh yes, these things. These things make me money. But I'm not really sure we need to put it out for. I can probably put it out for a day, which will save us some money when we're trying to sell it. Let's have 2,000, as we did yesterday. I was doing it for 7 days, but look, that's 8,000, so I was actually losing 6,000 profit, and they were being sold so fast. So I'm going to take the risk and just put it up for a day. If we can always come back tomorrow and put more up. So yeah, that was 104. I'm only getting we've only got 2,100 sales tax because we're going to only put it up for a day. It's going to sell at that within a day. Like, I'd be shocked if it doesn't sell within a couple of hours. Because yesterday, literally, as soon as I put them up, I even went back and did an extra run, like we've just done now, to get another 100,000. And as soon as I put them up, I literally just watched it being sold almost instantly as I put it up. So yeah, there's obviously someone that has a price sensitivity, and at 2,000, I'm well under it. Because yeah, they're just fly off the shelves. And it's easy money in my back pocket. As we got like, so yesterday I hardly had any money. As I said, it did get up to 500,000 scenarios, but we spent a lot of money effectively buying an Atreides stuff, and the Atreides stuff, because I'm a Harkonnen, is twice the price of what we pay for the Harkonnen stuff. So the Harkonnen build set was 60,000 Solari. For us to get the Atreides one, it was 120, and it's the same for all the things I bought, so it's all double the price. So we vastly ate through all of the money. I also bought all the remaining stuff, the Harkonnen sets, so I've now got, I think, everything of the Harkonnen, if I remember rightly. I think I was like judging whether or not, whether I should or shouldn't, but I ended up just jumping in the end.
I'm certain I've seen you before.
Here's an idea actually, I think of. You can buy, so an idea I didn't think of yesterday actually, but we can actually buy spice.
Hello again.
This might be able to supersede this really fast. So I've got a new idea, and this might be better than actually having to get the spice melange. What we could do is we can do those runs. We get 100,000 for doing the runs. We keep doing those runs every 40 minutes. If we keep hitting those runs every 40 minutes, we'll get just under 100,000. We can keep coming back here and get 100 melange. Now, if we were to get 100 melange in the game itself, if we were to actually mine it, would take us significantly longer, even with a large spice refinery. I think we can get a large spice refinery within a couple of days doing this. Like, I don't even think it'll take us. I think it would take me 1 day during the weekend if I was doing this. If I just ran those things for like, actually I could probably do it tonight if I'm honest. That's the type of gamer I am, dedicated. I can continue to make those runs, and if I can then make the money, buy the spice melange, then I can get the large spice refiner. Then when we do go out and do some spice runs, although actually, do we actually even need? I'm thinking completely now, stacking off, having to even do any of the building. My strategy's literally just changed in a moment of inspiration, because now I've worked out how to make money in the game really easy. Doing what's not even PvE, because we're not having to hit anything, because these things are being hit all the time. We could literally be making a money machine that makes us the Solari that allows us to buy the melange, and if we're buying the melange, then we don't need to actually risk having to go out and do anything. And we could still build like a large spice refinery and maybe charge people for using it that don't have one themselves. Oh, I love a plan when it comes together. You are literally seeing me live brain shoot. This is how my brain fires all the time in games. I'm always strategizing, always looking at like how the game mechanics work and how you can use it, and then how you can make money, and how you then multiply that and look for the easiest route. My loyal followers get to understand my tactics and essentially use them for yourself on your server. So if you want to make money fast and how to do it, this is how. And I don't have that many followers either, so you are a lucky few that get to understand these tactics that I'm literally giving you live, or recorded for those that watch it a couple of days later or a day later. That rock music's making me good, because it makes me happy. So I'm thinking about all the money I'm going to make. I don't know why I came to this part, but we, I suppose, can go back to base. I don't really like to think of this as a base, although it kind of is. More of my outpost. think of my main bases as like the stronghold, and then this is my my forward position for attacking, as we would say in EVE Online. My strategic position for the desert. The one thing we will need to learn though, or need to study, is the metal farm. But to be fair, like I've said before, I've done tons of that. And I'm either being very fortunate, or well, just don't bump into people. It's like no one seems to be interested in the PvP side of things, or even ganking that area. All the ganking seems to happen around Spice Milan, which is why I'm kind of thinking, well, obviously I've got my tactic for what I want to do when we come to the PvP side and when we're actually wanting to engage people, and how we're going to do that, because we're going to not pretend to be like spice mining, but we're going to be kind of like poised and look like we're not a danger to people, and then obviously when people start attacking, that's when we're going to come out. And that's obviously we can need MK6 stuff to do all of this. MK6, scout copter. We will need a scout copter, mainly because if gankers do tend to be more than one person, so there's going to be 2, maybe 3. So we'll need to kind of be very agile. And whether we can solo like I've seen like one player who was amazing gamer who'd come to Dune Online, or Dune Awakening should I say, and really shown great gaming skills. Like just generally you could tell they're just a great gamer. They took to the game, understood the mechanics of where they got up to and stuff like that, but they were just really good at understanding how to take a build, get that build to really work. And they were literally not even in an ornithopter some of the time. They were literally like using their grappling hook to jump from one ornithopter to the other. They were using like the laser to like laser the ships they landed on. So they were literally landing on the ships like this and then lasering it. It's like mental. And all this has happened like really high in the air. And then he obviously at one point he did actually go to try and jump and go onto another one and missed the next one, so he didn't grapple hook it, and then landed on the floor. And as soon as he was on the floor, they all had like missiles and stuff, and he didn't last very long on the floor. Though he still lasted, quite a bit of time, considering like the most people would die almost instantly as soon as they hit the floor. But yeah, he was just amazing. What to do? Put this stuff up. I haven't even got a shredder. That's the problem. This big a shredder out here. So I end up with to build a shredder. We need steel. Oh no, we need copper. Copper! I don't think we can get copper out here. I could be wrong, but I don't think we can get copper. I don't even think we can get steel out here, if I'm honest. I have seen... Actually, I think you can get steel, because I have seen an outpost area that had plenty of the crystals. I've got does not show me any of the low tier stuff. Oh no, that's aluminium. I don't need that. When you want low gear, low like level stuff, you're not gonna find it. Like, pretty sure my map is showing me anything past. Where's copper? You can get copper earlier. Oh, you know what? I've just come out and I've just realised I don't have the At least I do know that I can get copper though, that's cool. If I can get copper, then I definitely get steel. It's obviously less in abundance over here, but which is a bit weird. If you want aluminium, you're sorted. You want and basalt. But if you want anything else, you're screwed. Also not the healthiest. Stops all this stuff off. Things don't fight use, actually. That's because I don't have any of those, isn't it? Blueprints. Put the blueprints in this one, I guess. This is like when I'm putting the raw materials, so we'll put blueprints in here as well. Yeah, what you notice, like, I just dropped. You have to fill up a line in order to be able to get the next line down. That's a bit of an annoying thing, but it's obviously easy enough. You can just keep putting things in there and opening up. I think you just have to make sure you keep an item in there. Obviously, if you took those items out, then it'll close again. Now we'll drop these in here. I plan to shred these, but we're not going to keep them. Although an helicopter engine. The reason why I don't like it is because it's too red. When it gets like 50%, like that's got one repair in it. Because as soon as it goes below 50%, which once we repair that, that will go to about 40%-ish. So you get one repair out of it, and then you get half a use out of it, or less than half a use out of it. These things really do my head in. These are the things that we just get far too many of. That's, I'm gonna just, actually no, don't drop it. We should shred it. I'll keep it. I'll pick it up in a sec. These we will, because you can't shred these. Like, this is another thing that they need to change. You need to be able to shred everything. The fact you can't shred darts is the stupidest thing ever, because the amount of darts I have to literally just drop and let them despawn is ridiculous. It is proper wastage. But I've got no choice because there's nothing else I can do with them. Where'd that come from? You have to like store it away. You need to get iron and then some crystals. Get that shred, everything shred. Get everything. Get the copper because we can then. Oh, oh, yeah, wrong thing. I need a sandblast. MK blast. Efficiency is very good. need aluminium. Come to the deep desert PV area. Seriously, economy. But no one wants it. More aluminium out here than people. Definitely do not come out here if you need iron. Yes. I might just go back to Hagersmith. Go back to Hagersmith and get iron. More copper, but I don't think I got enough copper. Got one iron. Crazy. Absolutely crazy how much you can get of like everything, but not iron. Iron is the scarce resource out here. And I don't even have any in the base either because I literally, because we've had to build the our stuff. Coming from this side again. When I hit the bottom, because yeah, hopefully we're not in the radiation zone there. I think we're in the middle, so we should be in the radiation zone. Yeah, we hit the bottom because that's where all the biggest iron deposits will be down there. Things down here, like they're already penetrating the shield. Actually thinking about it, isn't we should have actually gone with where we are, because thinking about this is copper, isn't it? Yes, James forgot. Copper, not iron here. We need to go to the other side. There's copper. Well, not copper, steel. Well, not even steel, iron. Get there in the end. Ironworks. I think we have to go all the way back to here to get like to mine something like. Well, it should be an easy resource no matter where you are. Already, because like yeah, we can find ridiculous amount of this with the cut and ray we've got here. I shouldn't have put these things away, should I? Put it out. A habit, because obviously if I do die, I risk my sword. I die with my helicopter. Shield on, just in case. this back because I'll be full of. I won't get the full amount if I try and mine that next one. I need to empty first. There's another one there as well. Dramatic music for our mining session. I always have these intentions of doing stuff mining, and whether or not it actually pays off is another thing. I think like when we were doing the missions over the last couple of weeks, that's like the most consistent thing I could do, where I knew I said I was going to do it and it would happen. But yeah, we're now in a zone where I can spontaneously decide that we're going to change the course of action because there's an easier route to what we want to do. And that's where we are right now. We're in that zone where Lou has come up with something that's going to be better for us and going to get us to the end game where I want to be in the end game way faster. Okay, landing it here, but it's whether or not. So one thing I've learned as well is landing on the edge is easy enough, but it's whether you can get out the helicopter without literally falling off the edge of the cliff. I've done it. I've got helicopters to get it back, and it's quite funny because I ended up having 3 of them to do it. You got some action today. Quite as I
found them.
Even break my shield, it still doesn't hurt. Could have just like band-aiding Wilder, if I'm honest, like not even hurting us slightly. Why not? At least got a bit of action. But just because I wanted some moves. Oh, didn't empty last time. Very efficient. I hate it when it does that. Yeah, if you do that and do it from another angle, it will give you another point at which to attack from. When it does it and it goes into the ground, it's like, how could we get to the part that's like in the ground? Basically one is fed up, so we've got a bigger full stack back. So the helicopter's full now. So we'll just get enough to fill us up personally in our backpack, and then we can head back to the deep desert, get that refined, Oh, actually, one thing we also need the crystals. We do actually have crystals back in the base though, so we won't have to get blind. Actually, probably would be fast going below, but never mind. We'll go this way. When you're out in the deep desert as well, your exit in and out is literally the same place. So it's not like this where you can just go over any wall and you can exit out. The deep desert, you can only go out through the 3 areas at the bottom, and basically in and out like at those areas. It's not like Pirate's Rift where you can hit any wall and you get the option to leave out that area. Like these are in and outs via this only, these 3 areas. That's why when we hit him before, and I always love hitting them. I can have I'm always near the edges anyway. Why you don't get the option to leave. Put these into refining while we're going to get the crystals. Mission. Just asking for permission to go get some resources. Fuck that. Don't ask, just go, mate. My new strategy though, I think it means that we can really hone in on getting ready to do loads of PvP and not have to worry too much about PvE, other than doing our runs. Well, actually, yeah, we won't even do PvE really. What environment? Like nothing. There won't be. They haven't just despawned yet. Yeah, there won't be like anything for them to pick up. These are. I think that's the. This is the raw one. Yeah, the raw one. Put all of them. Need that somewhere else. Actually, put that in there. Was that different? Oh, that's why. I'm thinking, why is that not melded, but it's copper? I don't remember what we need copper for now, but we'll make the copper first, then we'll put the other one in after. Stack it. Oh, we need water as well, don't we? Oh, actually, no, you don't need water for copper. It's fine. Do you not need water, copper? No, why is that not making? That's not making because of what reason? Resume. Output. Inventories are full. Oh right, I tell you why. I haven't set this. So I've set up a circuit in the same way as we've done in the base, but I forgot to set the input for this. Because I set the output for the other one, but I didn't set this to 2. So it should start it now. Hopefully. Will allow us to start it. And now I'll output to that box where so we've got like raw box and refined box. This will now output the refined box but pull it from the raw box. How much water will that use? This is quite a bit actually, so we won't make too much. We'll just use as much as we need for now. They don't have a huge amount of water out here at the moment. And I need to now go back and get. So we got some slurry from the run we did, which is not bad actually. Like that's not going to fuel. That's not going to give us the money that we need to get this spice melange. But you know, every little bit helps. Like if we added that to the money that we get from the thing, that gets us slightly closer each run to getting a spice melange per run. So if you think of it from that perspective, it's kind of good. We really need to take this back and get that repaired, so we do need to go back to the base. Losing a bit of speed. You need to get to about this speed about to hold it. That's one thing I found. At least with these wings. Like if you get to 172, you can hold that speed at this sort of angle that we're at. But yeah, if you're less than the speed, you tend to see the speed dropping off and also your altitude. Obviously our altitude's coming off, but it's only bleeding off quite slowly. we're in this side, this is the closest side to our base. Because we built our base in a great position. Literally almost a swoop, and we're at our base. Once we get in the air. Oh, and I still haven't shown you the gun. I will show you the gun when we get back to the base. But I can't build it yet. Not just the spice melange. It requires us to also have some other stuff as well, which I think we get from craft sites. So that's definitely something we will do. Sooner rather than later now that we've sorted out, I think, the spice melange thing. There's a spice there. Take the richest part, which is in the middle. You still get a good amount out of the edges. But yeah, like I said, in Hacker's Rift, you won't get very far, even with the soft step boots and MK5 Sandblaster, just because the worms here just aggro very easily. So you'll only get about halfway through the field and a worm will aggro. Like 4 blasts and the worm will already be angry at you. Oh, we have less than I thought. Is that right? It's a bit strange on the copter, I guess. I'm going to build a collection of these ones because they're MK4s and they actually are quite expensive to make. But the plan is I'm going to keep them in case we ever come across a really hard PvE dungeon, and then we'll reserve them for doing a run like that where we need to get big health back really fast. I still have that on me, so I'm going to shred that. I'm going to shred that. Actually, no, we're going to keep that one because it's got half decent health. It's got like 48. It's got like really quite a lot of health left. So when we heal that, it should heal back at 50, where this one will probably heal back at low 40s. And I've just thought now, actually, I've got this thing here, but one problem I've got now is that most of my resources are not here. Do I have enough raw sources to make stuff? No. That's an issue. Ish. Means I'm going to have to make a repair station at the thing. How much do you need repairs? What do I need for a repair station? Let's see if I've got the stuff that's already there. Iron ingot. Well, we're making that anyway, so that's fine. There's only iron ingot. We'll have plenty of that. We just need to go and get some more crystals. Oh, and while we're here, we'll pick up more water. Not that I have a huge amount of water here, if you didn't notice before. Do you need to go and do a water run? Did I bring that? I put that container in the assault copter, didn't I? Damn. Could build another one. I won't have the resources. The rare resources. Though most of my rare resources are stacked up in the DD zone. prime position for the crystals, isn't it? Because the crystals are all over here, so. I've become the farmer. Actually, I don't think I've actually not done any farming whilst live streaming. All you guys just see is like this boring thing. Like, why would any of you guys want to watch someone farm? It's like the most boring thing you have to do in any game. Although you have to do it in a lot of games that you have to build stuff in. Totally forgot that we already had stuff in it. I even took all the rare resources things, even though I don't think I need it. It's just that I'd rather have it out there in case I do need it, and then I can make it. So I don't have to make as many chips, but I'm still finding that I make as chips anyway. I've actually got a hotkey on my thing. It's probably because I'm pressing it too hard. I'm using my analog keys to double key stuff because I was so impressed by what that player is doing that I mentioned that was just owning about 6 other players in PvP on his own. That I got tons of inspiration from it, and I was just like, yeah, that is the way to go. So in order to try and do that easier, I wanted to learn how to use the analog keys to do it. At the moment, as you can tell, when I'm just trying to use it, I keep forgetting that the analog keys to double key it, or that I need to be more careful with how. Or not. It's +2, but. Tomorrow's video we're gonna have to rename it. Lose trading zone, something like that. Because we are literally going to be raking in the money tomorrow. If I don't do it all tonight, which I've got a feeling I'm going to do it tonight. I'm not wasting time now. It feels like I'm not wasting time because I need to make steel, but having to do this is very inconvenient, you know what I'm saying. Oh, I hate it when he glitches under fucking things. I hate it even more when I put near the edge of a cliff and fall off the edge of the cliff. It's like, really, do not come. massive walk around. Oh, oh. Oh, it's in there. That must be. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it seems like it must be near full. This is where I use up most of my wing faffing. Is normally when I'm mining, I'm literally just going from spawn to spawn, splashing around. I found an amazing place that's actually within a glide of me from my base, even in my my assault copter. And the assault copter itself, not at least in the tier that I'm confident at. You might be able to at the very top tier because they are faster than you as well. It might just be enough to get you up to the level of speed that you need to be able to glide. But you think the more actual wingspan, well, the more wings, and the kind of like the wingspan is a lot bigger. So I'm hoping that higher tier that you just get just enough out. Yo, low. I should be. It's like why it? I think the sensitivity is not real. I think it's like keying the second key too early. There is like there is a bit of a problem with the thing, but yeah, could be just being a bit zealous on the keys as well, but. Like sand dunes around here, they look like nothing. It looks flat around here. Here we go. Got to make our steel, and once we can make the steel, then we can get all the other final parts sorted. Probably even put up another energy windmill thing. Exactly a windmill, but spinny thing. I don't think there's worms in this little area. Like, I didn't think I did. I think I recalled when the first time I got here, and I was like, we're in the sun already. It was like, oh, just give me worms around. Pretty sure actually, thinking about it, I don't think I have seen any worm signs here. I love these scout helicopters. I can't wait to get an M6 one. A full M6 one would be amazing. With our M6 missiles as well. The only thing is when you put missiles on, there is a penalty for slowing down a bit, but I think it's only like, well, for an assault helicopter, it only slows it down by 10%, but the scout one's by 20%. So it's quite significant, but yeah. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do the tactics for that, because obviously I don't want it to look like we've got missiles on there. So what I might do is keep some boosters on, because I've got some boosters I made. Because I thought you could, because you're supposed to have to put 2 modules on, but I think the only 2 modules that you can fit on at the same time is the scanner and any other module. Because any of the other modules, they all want to go on this little part here. The rocket launchers, the boosters. Like the boosters, obviously on the assault copter. Surprisingly, it's that thing there, like right in the middle. I thought they were going to be at the back here, but it's this here. So I was expecting something similar with when I got the one for this. I thought, oh, well, there looks like there could be a place where it could go. Like, I thought it could maybe go there, in the same sort of space, or maybe at the back, like on the very back part. But yeah, it doesn't. It goes on these. So that was quite annoying to find out. We've got steel. Let's drop the raw things into our raw area. Got our spice sand. Like 70 spice sands, but you'd have to make like in a small one. You could roll that once. Yeah. No, actually, you need 100. So you need 100 even in a small one. In the one we've got, which is the medium, you need 750 to even start it off. But you'll then get 10 spice melange back. Much because I'm not even sure how much we're actually going to ever farm it anymore, but I think for bragging rights I want to get the big spice thing. Because everyone will know I've made it if I get the big one. They'll also think I'm a highly successful spice farmer. Even though we've not even hardly mined that much. We've mined enough to got what we've got now, which is even that, you know, for a PvE player would be a lot. Because to get to my amount, you would have to spend a hell of a long time trying to get those first things. It's just that I've gone out into the PvP areas and hit the mediums, so I've managed to get it relatively easy. We'll drop that water in to our container right here. We'll also pick up the other ones in case we go back to base later. Which I'll also then have to run to go and make some more. Actually, thinking about it, I could. No, I need to get the spice melange, don't I? I keep thinking I can put the wind trap up so we can start making passive water here, but can't do that until we get the spice melange. If you wonder why I'm not using the assault copter to go back, it's because it uses more fuel, because we can't hover everywhere. And I only actually rarely use it more at the moment as a transporter. When I get a transporter, then the assault copter won't tend to be used that much. There might be some occasions where we can use it if we do some group action and stuff, but unless we do group action, from what I've heard, the assault copters are just so slow, and if you get more than one player against you, you're just going to be killed because they can just easily swarm you because your mobility is just so bad. Should have hopefully now iron, which will allow us to do a couple of things that we need to now build. Make it full wind trap. I'm not going to make it full wind trap because it uses up a lot of fuel for not very good return. Like everything really you want to try and get like the best because you get the better stats back. We will build one of these though. Just think about where we can put it. I'll try and keep like all these things on one side if I can. Or in the middle. But I like wind trap things in the middle. Now we can do anything on this. At least shred that. Shredded. Oh, you can shred those blue things as well. I probably should, if I'm honest. Like, got anything much use for them? Really can't. Oh, yeah. We need to go pick all this stuff up. Shred it. I think we'll keep that. Will we? Yeah, we will keep it. Because it could be useful. Actually, we've got two. Which one is better health? That one is definitely the worst health. So that was the one we get rid of. I'm gonna just shred the gun pods. We can shred these as well. I think they shred down into we'll put those other components. We won't shred them. That will keep. That will. Oh, that's what we need to do as well. We need to get a repair. This stuff we'll just put into here for storage. Gun parts, that's going to shred. These are components that will normally come out of that anyway. You get salvage metal. Do we do it? I don't know. We don't really need salvage metal. They all just put them in as parts. And the one thing I need now is the repair rack. Must be utilities? Yeah, it's what we're missing. Iron. Oh, Iron, not steel. Oh god. Sorry, refined too much. Oh well. Go 20 then. I'm not used to like things requiring such like low tier pieces. Just got to fit that nicely there because there's like no panel or anything that's next to that. To move the other one out because the end panel's like right at the end. By the time we get back to that trade center, because we'll do another run, then we'll go back to the trade center, that stuff will be sold. So we'll have 100, we'll be just short of money actually probably to be able to buy some spice melange. Unless I have some money back in the base, which I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I don't. So we'll get probably another, so we'll end up with 12,000 Solari by the time we do another run. We'll get about 100,000. We might be able to sell it quite fast while we're there. We might be lucky and have someone like yesterday where they'd literally bought it as soon as I'd literally put it up. On. Like, no joke. Someone must have been just waiting. Or looking at the other one and noticed the other one came up and he like, buy it quickly before anyone gets it. I need to do it while we get to this stage because it's like, this market's not going to be around forever. I think we're still at a stage where we've got sensitive players who are too sensitive to come out here, but I don't think that'll last. Probably repair that as well. Plenty of resources out here, still out here. Field, what are we at? It looks like it's over halfway, although it is. It's 47 health left. But 30, it's like below where I want to repair it. We're going to have to burn this shield out and get another one. Same with this as well. Spend about. We'll have to get another one. My spark sword as well. Do you repair it or not? To be fair, like it doesn't burn down too fast, so I probably will repair that once. But if it was any other item, it's too close to the 50% for me. For the amount of money you have to invest to repair it, it's more of a kind of cut your losses, get your next one. But the spark sword, as it doesn't wear down too fast, I think we will repair it where it is and not then repair it after that. So we've got that. Anything else we need? Oh yeah, so what we now need is the spice melange. Let's get the spice melange, we need the money. So we're going to do a run. It's been long enough, I think. We're doing extra content today. We'll end this stream today at 10 o'clock. So I'll give you back some time to watch today. Starting the stream late and finishing it on time. Today we'll finish it late. And we'll get an extra hour of content. Not the content I'd love to give you early, like I'd love to give you the PvP action. need to prepare for that. But I think this will accelerate us towards getting there, having some good gear that we can then go out and... Wait, actually, you know what? I keep saying I'm going to show you the gun, and I haven't. Probably need to being my angle a bit over that way. Should be alright. Probably hear a crash in a minute. So, research, come to here. This is the gun I bought. The Dune Watcher. Look at the stats. So look at what it is there. Now the stats for this thing are ridiculous. Just checking to see we haven't crashed yet. So let's have a look at the stats of this gun. Look at that. 346.1 damage per shot. Why did you do that? Legend. Right, and the fact we were dropped between zones. I've never noticed that you could do that before, but okay. Jumping between servers kicks you out of whatever you're in if you're in the menu. Yeah, so effectively that is one beast of a gun. But did you notice the resources it required? So it needs 60 spice melange. It requires some really complex parts that I've never come across yet, but from what I understand you can get from crash sites. These crash sites are PvP crash sites, and they're not like those big ships either. These are the small little ships that crash, that you'll see crash in the sky and they'll land in the sand. You can go up to them and burn out the side panel and then get the goods out. You have to bear in mind that when you're actually burning those side panels, you notice like the stats on the thing says extreme sandworm aggravation. That's the downside of that. So the problem is yes, obviously you can go out and do that, but as soon as you start like lasering the side of the ship, which you have to do to get to the panel and then get you to the goods, you've literally got a countdown, because you're going to aggravate a worm that's going to come towards you very, very fast. And when I was trying to do it yesterday, the one I was trying to get at was just like, it was just in the weirdest awkward position, that the only way you could get to this panel would be by putting your ship right next to it, and kind of like standing on your ship. At the same time, it was at a weird angle, so you couldn't, even if you're on top of your ship, you'd have to jump with your laser cutting thing, try and cut it, then you need to get to it, all in bearing in mind that you're going to have to do this pretty fast. Make sure you get there, get the stuff out of it, and get back to your ship, all before a worm hits you, because you're going to aggro a worm pretty fast. Well, for some reason I thought that was the end of the ship, but we're not even anywhere close yet. Like, it's not like no disposal yet. I was thinking we're well close to where we are. Further away from where we need to be for this. Had I actually realised we were going to do this tactic now of like doing these runs, I would have put the base on this side, not the other side. I put it the other side because it just seemed like there was more people over this side, and I thought I was going to need to farm out in the desert, and I'd rather be on the side where it's less populated, just because you're going to be less likely to rump into people. And when I'm trying to farm, I don't want to be rumping into people. I want to be rumping into people when I'm PvPing, not when I'm having to resource gather so that I can PvP. Like moving at 0 pace here. I did check my internet connection earlier as well, because I noticed while I was in work earlier that some of my meetings were like lagging out a bit, and I noticed when I first joined the game was lagging out a bit, but I've run a speed check and my internet speed is at its normal, very fast speed, so I'm not sure exactly why that's happening. It could be because I've not got a stable fast internet connection, but there is a fast internet connection there, so it might not be consistently stable. Yeah, so if we put our base literally where that guy there is, it would be nothing with our current tactic. Like, I'm half tempted to move the base. But let's see if this works, because if it does, then next week we'll definitely leave the base over this side. Because we'll basically rinse it dry until players catch on. Probably not. Oh, of course it is. You're literally doing, like, in lengthwise, what we had to do to just get out to the PvP zone. There it is, right in the distance. That's where we're going to. Actually, thinking about it, I could have. Oh, actually, there's actually 4 stations. I need to hit all 4 stations. Thinking about it. The reason why I'm thinking these stations, everyone hits these stations because of what the blueprints are. I'm not sure whether the other ones get hit as much, and they probably don't. So they'll probably be actually require us to fight the other ones. And I also forgot I should have picked up the gun while we were there. While we were at our outpost, we should have picked up the gun. Instead, we've got a sandblaster, which is not going to be helpful for killing things if we need to. There are people here. I don't have any gun on me at all. See if we can call someone over. The old hardly hit around here. You might not hit hard. Oh.
Shield activated.
Got a shield up. That's useful. I'm going to repair that one. Now we can see how easy this is. Like, with a gun, this is actually really easy to hit, to run.
They're coming. Dwarves.
checkpoint here. Maybe. I'd go back to the base, but it's like you have to do that shift all the way again just to do it. Oh my god, literally out of first. We'll soon find out if you've got worms. That would have buggered a worm. We are like miles from where we need to be. Oh, actually. Oh, I couldn't believe we just like literally ran all the way there. I could have just like ran across. I didn't realise you were there. Dead. Practice makes perfect. The thing is, you need like the way I've set up the key. You need to hit it just the right point. Very annoying. The analog keys just do not work the way they should. Then when I press it again, it should have. When I carried through, it should have like hit the second button. It did. That's quite annoying. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just inconsistently bad. I think I need to move it back to 2 buttons.
Who's that? Someone's here. I require backup.
There's another person over there. They'll have darts as well. Their darts hurt. There's the sword person there. I wouldn't mind if that other person was there by themselves, but the sword person and that other person, and I don't have a gun. Like, es can be trouble. It's really funny. I'm gonna have a standoff. Bring this person up, and then other people want to follow. Yeah, oh, she won't follow either. I'm in there. I'm back. get a gun while we're going around. We probably will get a gun while we're going around. Oh, what's the blue one?
Be
Oh, we
ready.
didn't quite flip. Some other.
Go to life. Oh, he's a better than me.
We heard quite a lot. Unless you got, like, I think you do really not need a still suit when you're going around this area. Especially a still suit of the level I've got. Like, my still suit's got delirium, so got like one above it, I guess. But yeah, still suit, you probably need a tier 6 still suit rally to do around here comfortably. Seems like the tier 5 one's just like not quite strong enough to take the hits. It takes far too much the health off. Even with the shield up, like, to be fair, we didn't have the shield up, but even with the shield up, it would still
Who goes there?
be great. Come here. Come here.
There's someone here. Where's backup? Love light. More ammo.
Watch us shoot the penetrating dart on me. The knifey person there as well, which is why I'm running, because they'll run after me. Big cool.
Get healed.
And that other person comes up. You compare.
Someone's breathing.
See you sneaking away. Yeah, even with the spark sword around here, their armor's pretty good because like not that many enemies take a heavy blow and still be stood there. Around here they are. And try and corner those by themselves. Go around the corner. See you. Oh crap. Thought it was you.
Your water is mine. Shield on.
Yeah, likely that around here.
Shields up.
Where did that gun person go? They're right at the end now. I don't want to go sneak up because they'll probably have one of those like penetrating darts. Wanting to get a bit closer. Should be us at least for the clearest ones. There was still one there. That hasn't rigged that one. This one pretty much line of sight, that one, but the other one's like much closer. But the other one also will do AoE, so you can hit more than one. The other one. It's actually not too bad actually once you get in the swing of it. Not too bad. Get in the swing of it. Not so easy, but and once you get past the dart parts, like the darts are the worst around here. They, especially against the still suits, they hurt like mad. Ban for the hard room. This will be challenging with just enough with a sword in there. But we can drag them out. They will come out of the room, so that's actually pretty cool. I hate the rooms where you have to go in and the room locks you in, and they won't come out of the room either. These ones you can drag out, so we can pull a few out and take them out, which makes it a lot easier rather than being confined in a small little room and to run around like a headless chicken, which is usually what I'm like when I'm in those ones and I'm facing the really hard ones and I haven't got the right weapons to attack. We'll just stand here and kind of try and get some aggro from one of them. I think there's only one in there actually. Is that one?
Someone here.
Aggro. Aggro me. Aggro me. Aggroed. You can tell when they're aggroed because the shield goes up. This is what I used to do when I first came here, because I was just like that petrified of how strong they were, and obviously I got put off by the fact that like those darts really hurt. Now when I come here through with a gun, I'm literally just like trailblazing through this area. A bit different with the sword, to be a bit more tactical. Where did he go? I think I see him go down, did I? Yeah, he's gone down there. Oh, he's going down there. Come up here. Over here! Boy! See if we can get him from there. Fire runs out. Fall down to save. We haven't got the one I really want to kill, which is the Gatling gun guy. Where have you gone?
You'll make it back home for the feast.
Too hard when you're by yourself, are you? One day you will see it. We will do it live, and you'll see the blueprint. I think that's all the boxes. I want to make sure because this is profits. There's everything. Put that box down there. Put that box down there. I don't know if we got disturbed. I think we got disturbed when we came into this one, didn't we? Oh, we have picked it up. Oh well. Let's pick that up after. Next. How many did we get? We got 32. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty good. If we get 32 in the next one, it can vary. Like how many you get. Like I think I've got the maximum I've got on one run was 50, but I think it's just like luck. Like how many you get. Like there's 1 or 2 boxes in there we got 7 from. If you get like more than a couple, then it really starts to add up. But you can also get some blow drop ones as well. And that's where like your run then starts to drop down. We're going to do our next one. There's actually 4 bases. Like there's only 2 bases that gives us those nice blueprints. But there are actually 4 of these research stations. Each research station is in one of the actual blocks, and there are 8 or 9 blocks wide. But it's the first. Left. Actually, there's actually a research. There's actually 2 research stations by us. Our bases. There's still more this side, but there is actually 2 research stations our side. So maybe we can hit them as well. We're now heading to the next block, which will be in A3. So we're currently in A2. A3 is just around this corner. I've never been in any of the other ones, if I'm honest. So if I look like I'm lost in the other ones, more lost than I'm in this one, because this one I was getting tricked by like, I think it's the circle in the area in the middle. It's confusing. Every time I enter it, I just forget. Oh, don't go straight ahead. But I always go straight ahead. How is that out of range? I'm right on top of it. So this will probably be, unless we're lucky that someone's just hit it, but I've got a feeling this will probably be full of enemies. For us to kill. Or it could be a fast run. Either or. I've got a feeling it won't be. See them on this corner. Oh, it's not. There's no one here. Oh, that is a surprise. Oh, easy run. I'm just not getting darts. I keep going to pick up darts. Do it because like I don't want to get out of a bad habit of not doing it. So and I am starting to use darts again, but at the moment I'm just not using darts, so very counterproductive to pick them up, just have to despawn them. Pick them up, James. Habit. The habit. Do a little bit cool, just walk into it, assuming everything is empty. There it is at the moment. I'm not going to the end because, yeah, like I mentioned last time, the large ones are just like bits in it. Like if I'm next to it, I'll pick it up, but I'm not going to the end of the ring to pick them up. Not when I don't need them. I'm just going to like shred it anyway. Here as well. Awesome. Nice easy runs like this. Oh, what was the double? Oh, another one of. Tell you what, it does seem like on certain days certain things drop more than not. Either that or there is just like such a low drop rate of the ones I want, and I just seem to get everything else I don't really want. I've got 3 of those bloody stilt rescue tents things. We've got all the small. I'm sure there's another one out there somewhere. I feel like there is one we've missed. We have. Someone took a do about it. What are the obvious ones? This time, I remembered. We go this way. Oh. Thinking, what? That's probably the person that cleared the area. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Oh, we have gone the wrong way. Oh my god. Still gone the wrong way, even though I thought I'd go the right way. I need to remember, when I come out of this way, I need to turn right, not left. I really thought I was going the right way then. So I remembered to go the right way. Although I remembered to go a way, but the wrong way. He's definitely a PvE player. PvP players do not carry scanners around. Like even I won't put a scanner on, even though I know like it is the second option for like this. I'm just like how would I scan? I can see the resource I need to see. Actually, there is one thing you can use a scanner for, which you really need to do. You can find gem things and so on. You need the scanner to actually locate those. So there is one purpose, but again, it's PvE. It's like I'm not sure whether I really need those resources. Like I might find I do, and then I'll have to do it. But at the moment, I'm taking the stance. I do not want to be scanning. Like, unless I have to do it for some bloody resource that I need that I can't buy. Yeah, that's the only time I'm going to be doing it. That one, we need to find the research station here, which I don't know where it is. I've not been to it, so I'll have to work out what that is. Going to be in one of these big rocky outcrops. things, big rocky things. That's always in the walls. First time I came to this desert, I did actually start scouring all the outside walls, thinking about being against them, but then I did find out they're not. Oh, we're running on fumes, are we? Okay, I need to be a bit careful then. Let's get some concentration going so we can glide my way up. Get back on. Make sure we got there. Is that fair? See it. Taking all my speed off. So that there should be something else. Oh, I don't have the fuel to hover around anywhere. I can imagine it'll be maybe on one of these. Looks like it's there. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Here's one. I've not ever been in this one, as you can tell, so I don't even know where it is. Now I do. There should be one in this square somewhere as well, so as we've not come across it. I thought I'd seen it here. There, like that. Pretty sure that looked like it. It looked like the entrance, but like when we looked back, I can see it. I don't know. I think that is where it is though. God, save spikes. Is it that hard? Surely not. Do we have any save spikes on us? No. We don't have scrappy. Yeah. Okay, we are at the end of the stream anyway, so it's 10 o'clock. Thank you very much for joining us. Catch you up tomorrow. You'll see where we got up to and how much money I've managed to make, how much spice melange we got. If when you see me tomorrow we have a big spice melange thing, you know that I've been up to stupid hours in the morning, carrying on doing this farming, going to sell it on the player market, and effectively got us the spice melange. I only actually need to get 500 spice melange out here because we need 1,000 liquid to make that big one back at Hark's Rift. However, out in the deep desert we obviously need half the resources, and as it's 1,000 back there, here it's only 500, so we'll only need 500 to buy 500 melange in order to be able to build that. So I think that's achievable tonight, and that's why I'm saying we might have it tonight. But I also do need to go to the gym as well, so I will be tailing this off after we close the stream, and then tomorrow we'll pick back up, see where we are, and if we have got the large one, the plan is that we're going to go out and do some ship mining. We're going to go find some craft ships and try and get some of the actual rare loot we need to get out of that, so that we can then build our tier 6 gun. Once we get our tier 6 gun, we then need to try and get some blueprints for some other tier 6 gear. We might see if we can do some runs in some of the down ships, the big ones, those PvP ships. Those places apparently are ganked, but we'll see just how much ganked they are. We might get some PvP action, so we'll go there half prepared to lose stuff. We'll see what happens. So thanks very much. If you like the content, please do consider subscribing or follow us, depending on what platform you're following us on. And thank you very much. Have a lovely evening and good night. And I pressed the wrong button.